Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome to the Iron Elite Podcast Show with your boy Sarge. It's Friday, man. It's the end of the week. We made it, man. We made it. And I've seen some of y'all get out on these motorcycles this morning, heading to the highways and the byways. I saw you, man, getting in, heading to Louisiana. But let everybody know we're on. Share it with a friend. It's the Iron Elite Podcast Show with your boy Sarge. Let's go.
I was asked the other day, hey Sarge, why you never play any fast music on your podcast? It's simple. I'm petty.
Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up, big sword. You a tour, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up, big sword. You a tour, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Slide on my road glide, looking so fly, 20-inch rollback, screaming eagle torque pack. I-10 to the end, it's a known patch. If you ain't a ground pounder, pay attention, fall back. We Iron Elite boys, no need for hitting switches. We split lanes and hogging lanes, we on a mission. On our way to CA, we 100 deep. Roll the world, down the road, run it up, rip it up. Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up, big sword. You in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up, big sword. You in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? I'm outside with it. I scrape the town burning loud when the smoke clear up. You know I hardly did it. I'm real gnarly with it. My ride clean when it bling. I show the lean on the scene to get jiggy with it. No did it, get it? I'm well equipped it. My bike side got a side, so you know I'm hit. She dropped it down and split it. Backed it up to shift it. Let me kick a little game to you lames riding around here giving a set a bad name. It don't matter what you rank or what you claim. When we turn it up, you keep it motorcycling, man. My soul brothers, they roll runners, we rolling deep. When it's time to rally up, it's Black Wall Street. When you see them MCs at the RTE, roll the world down the road, run it up, rip it up. Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up, big sword. You in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up, big sword. You in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig?
But Sarge, why you always gotta talk about motorcycling? Sarge, why you don't never talk about nothing else? Look here, man. If you gonna do all that crying, what the baby gonna do?
Hey, man, once again, welcome to the Iron Elite Podcast Show with your boy Sarge. I'm feeling good this morning, man. I got coffee and I'm ready to roll. It's Friday. The sun is out, and I was listening to my football team's morning report, man, and this is all I got to say. Where is it at? God dang, I can't find it. But I'm going to say this.
I ain't got too much to say, but y'all make sure y'all bring that same energy out here next week and the week after. We going to the Super Bowl, and we going to win that bitch. We gonna win that bitch.
We gonna win that thing, man. We got, hey, we ready this year, man. 2025. Duval's in the house. But hey, man, that's the reason we on this morning. I know you're like, Sarge, you're acting so immature. No, man, we're here to talk about the epic I-10 to the end ride, man. I got my guys on Winfield and Mills, man. It's the Louisiana edition. Man, them fellas came from Gonzales, Louisiana to Jacksonville, which didn't count. And then they had to go from Jacksonville to Santa Monica Pier, California. And oh, by the way, they just said, Sarge, for the heck of it, we're going to jump up on a 40 and do some kind of crazy stuff as well. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the epic ride. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. So for everybody that's coming on with us this morning, if you would be so kind, reach up, man, hit the like button. Let everybody know we're on. Let's get the algorithms kicking, and let's get ready for a great show this morning. So with that being said, fellas, top of the morning. Before we get into the important stuff, are y'all buying in that the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be pretty dang good this year?
Nope.
Not at
Oh,
all.
haters.
They along with the Saints.
Hey, man. Hey, but anyway, fam, top of the morning. How you fellas doing?
Oh, we
Pretty
are
good.
great.
Outstanding, outstanding. So, okay, so let's recap this. Y'all been back home for how long now? About a week and a half, maybe.
Just Monday evening.
Yeah,
Since so you say since last
that's
Monday?
Yeah, the
Monday.
day Monday, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So this the fifth day being back, right?
Yes.
Okay, good to go, good to
Yep.
go. Okay, everything back now. You're back to normal.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess our body's starting to rejuvenate and get back to normal.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's cracking. So,
No,
fellas, let's do this. No, I'm sorry. You say what now?
I was gonna say I done had a massage. I did swim therapy.
Nice.
I'm back to normal.
There it is, man. There. Hey, there it is, man. So, hey, so fellas, let's do this, man. If you don't mind, let's introduce ourselves to everyone. Tell the world a little bit about you. So, who wants to go first? We'll go age before beauty. What we doing? Who's going first?
That would be you.
Okay. My name is Kervin Winfield. I go by Winfield. I ride a 2011 Kawasaki Vaquero that I call Big Ruby Red from Gonzales, Louisiana.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
And I'm Derrick Mills, and I ride a 23 Honda Goldwing Tour.
Oh,
I go by Mills.
okay. Yeah, that was you, Winfield. It came with all the music on the bike, right? That was you to
Yeah,
get
he
the.
had music on here too.
Okay, both of y'all had the music. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Y'all came up banging and blasting. Matter of fact, let me see if I got a picture of y'all rolling up. Let's see that. This how gangsters get out. This how gangsters come up on you. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, that's rolling. I can't play your music because they'll copyright us. But yeah, this is when you guys came up on a rainy day in Jacksonville, Florida. Because I think, remind me if you guys don't mind, when y'all came in, we had that bad weather front on the panhandle. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's right. It was coming in.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
coming in.
But y'all were able to dodge it for the most part. Am I correct?
Yeah, we got in and
Yeah,
out.
Okay.
it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. It just looked bad, man. It just looked really ugly. And I remember you guys were kind of getting in the pockets. Matter of fact, I want to say after you left Jacksonville, it went nuts that afternoon. So okay, so we'll take it from the start. This is us. What day is this, man? What day we're looking at? Was this on
That's
a
a
Monday?
Monday.
It was on a Monday morning.
Monday the
Okay.
12th.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
for
for the
Monday.
audience, we recapping this. You guys left, I think that was Mother's Day night. Left Louisiana went around midnight.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And then from that point, if anybody want to tell us what were your strategy coming out there with the first day? What did you do?
Well,
Well,
I think we had like a.
you
You
go
go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
Well, we had already talked about it, and we said we was gonna get out at 12 midnight, rain or shine, so we can get down there and do a turn and burn back home, which was pretty successful.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
That
what about 8 hours?
essentially that gave us our first 1,000 miles.
All right, because you had some other things that you were trying to accomplish on the ride as well, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Okay. Yeah, y'all came in like troopers, man. So they come in, some midnight, straight from Gonzales. So from Gonzales to Jacksonville, what we talking about? 500, maybe a little over five.
About 600 miles.
Yeah,
Oh,
somewhere
six.
along
Okay,
there. Yep.
okay. Hey, Sarge, every mile counts. Sarge, count our miles properly. So, so, so we rocking the gas station. I think at this point it's probably about 10 o'clock in the morning, maybe 11 o'clock, somewhere in that area, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like 12:30, 10:30, 11.
Yeah, we were there. So we rocking and rolling. So we get into I think this is where I think this is just us kind of talking and for the folks out there viewing it, just kind of give you a better look at what the weather looked out like that. It wasn't a great day, but it wasn't a really hot day as well. And here, my guys, I think they're starting off. This is the legendary I-10 sign, man. This is where we're starting off. This is where we get ready to get things cracking. And you can see they're ready to go, riding suits on, ready to rock and roll. So, gentlemen, let's talk about the first day coming out. Well, let's do this. Before we even talk about the first day coming out the gate, have you guys ever rode long distance before together?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Several
So
times.
quite a bit of experience together.
Oh yeah.
And I asked that because I know there are times that I have riders who don't, and they don't quite know each other the way they think they know each other. But when you do a long distance a road trip, like a cross country road trip, if you don't know each other, you'll get to know each other, and it might not be getting to know each other the best way. What y'all think about that?
Yeah.
Well, that's true, but I don't think we ever really had no problems. We pretty much know when our stops are coming up, and because we go by the miles left on the tank. As far as staying in formation, we try to keep it tight, but that's never been an issue either. You know, sometimes he'll lead out the front, and sometimes I'll go out front, and we just try to maintain a safe distance between each other and push.
Yeah, I know riding styles are one thing, but things like how long do we stop? Do we stop when we're hungry? Are you prepared? Hotel room shenanigans. There's a lot of things that goes into play when riders ride together. But with this being said, you guys have rode together, so y'all know each other extremely well.
Well, yeah, and we pretty much discussed every aspect. We've been discussing it for months, so we knew that every 130 miles or so we were gonna stop. We pretty much knew what type of hotels we were gonna stay in, and we pretty much had a budget for the whole trip. We knew what we were gonna spend. There was no friction.
Well, good. Anything else on that? Anybody else got anything else on that one?
No, not really, but like I said, we've been riding a long time, and
Right.
we kind of knew that anywhere from 125 to 150, we're gonna stop for gas,
Yeah.
regardless. We stopped, and might have got a hot dog here and there or something.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
Yeah,
try
we
to
never really had a full meal on that. The first going, we didn't eat like heavy meals, so we wouldn't get tired and sleepy. So yeah, we pretty much mapped it all out.
Very cool. Just something I'm just thinking about, and I know the viewers or listeners who's going to be listening is going to say, wait a minute, 130 miles? That's a lot of gas station stop. So I know the Kawasaki is it's an older model bike, so obviously, it doesn't get gas efficiency at the level that the Gold Wing does. So you guys already kind of mentally prepared yourself at this point to know we're going to be stopping quite a bit. Am I correct?
Well, yeah, and to be honest with you, that sounds bad, but it's really good because you need that time to stand up and walk around. That lessens the fatigue.
Mm-hmm. I think in the summertime, it ain't bad at all because it gives you more and more opportunity to hydrate. It gives you a lot more opportunities. Say, if you're not as young as you used to be, you get a chance to kind of stretch those extremities and kind of, just to kind of get your wits about yourself. It ain't bad, especially if you're not in a hurry and you have time to be able to execute your ride at the level that you do. A lot of times in MCs, you're making runs or whatever, you're only a short limited amount of time, especially if you got a job, where you got to get in and get out. But when you got time, it's a beautiful thing. You can really enjoy the ride. So I really have no problem with it as well. But let's do this, fellas, if you guys don't mind, man. I want to acknowledge our guest that's on with us today, man. Shout out to K Solo, the rider from Riding with K Solo, the podcast. Appreciate you coming in with us today. C1s, man, thank you for being with us today. D Bell, man, you know how I get on with the Bells, man. Good to hear from you, brother. Can't wait to see you and the wife Sonny here soon. So, okay, so fellas, all right, so we're doing 135 a tank, so we'll probably stop in what, every 90 minutes? Every 90 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. Every hour, hour and a half, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, hour and a half, 90 minutes.
Sometimes
Okay.
we'll stretch it. We'll stretch it a little further. Maybe an hour and 45 minutes or something.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Very cool. Very cool. So now the Gold Wing is, like I said again, it's a pretty new bike. The Kawasaki. Let's speak about that first. The Kawasaki is what, 2011?
Yes,
Do you
2011.
do you normally and Winfield, that's your bike, right? The 11 Kawasaki, right? Okay,
Yes.
so obviously you probably, because it being an older bike, you have to really be on top of your maintenance and to be a little bit more attention to detail. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay. Do you do maintenance on that bike yourself, or you got a personal mechanic that do a lot of the stuff for you, or?
I do the basic stuff, the oil changes, air filter cleaning, uh, turn a wrench here and there, just to make
Yeah.
sure the stuff feel kind of tight. That's pretty much it. Anything
Oh,
serious, yeah, I might take it to a mechanic, but
okay. Okay.
it's a cow. It ain't that. You just put it out in the pasture and let it eat green grass. It's good to go.
Yeah, it's a tank.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a tank.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah. It was a boss, but you can tell.
yeah.
You can
I
tell
mean,
when he
to
pulled
be
up your
honest,
bike.
that bike has been across the country probably twice.
Mm, okay.
Mhm.
So it's pretty obvious that you take good care of that motorcycle.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, yeah, I've seen some of them 2 years old,
Yes,
man, and yeah, and they breaking down left and right already, especially some of the new electronic stuff or on these bikes, man. It ain't new ain't always good. I can tell you that. New ain't always good. Yeah, but yeah, it seemed like it's a pretty tough machine that you had there. So okay, so we take off on the maintenance side, everything's smooth and good. So can you guys walk me through the first leg of the trip from Jacksonville to perhaps I think it was a situation where wasn't it somebody had an issue with power, losing
uh,
power?
that was that was my bike.
Okay.
Uh, Thought it was bad gas, but we had just filled up and poured a little gas treatment in it, and it acted back right. Further down the road, almost home, did the same thing again. Well, let it sit a minute, cranked it back up, ran like nothing was wrong. Got back home, and I was finna clean my butterflies and clean my air filter, and I noticed that my little gasket had disintegrated. So it might have went in the bike or it just fell out. And I had to do a makeshift gasket with some material around the house. And that kind of solved the problem for a minute, for a good while.
Okay.
So we got on the end of coming back.
Okay. Well, hey, thank God. At least you were savvy enough and had a little bit of mechanical IQ to be able to pull that off.
Well, I had that issue long time ago with the bike, and it always threw the same code. And when I started Googling, trying to figure out information, a lot of people say, make sure your throttle body's clean and
Hmm.
everything, and pull your air filter out, spray some cleaner in there, maybe put a
Hmm.
brush or some steel wool on it, depending on how dirty it is. But uh, I've been doing that. I do that at least once a month on a normal, just because.
Okay.
Clean the air filter, clean the throttle body.
Okay. Okay.
And
Very
just
cool.
that
But
one time that Gasket decided he wants to, I'm tired of working for you today.
Yeah. I remember when it first happened, I was thinking rain, breather, water. Forgive me, I'm not very familiar with how Kawasaki's, work like that in bad weather or inclement weather. Is the breather open on that bike?
Yeah, I have a big air breather.
Yeah. You use
Like
a rain sock on it?
yeah. If anybody riding with a big air breather, you better keep a rain sock on,
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
especially going across country.
Yeah. For things that we're going to even talk about for dust storms and
Yeah.
bad rain or whatever. Okay, so but the first day, you guys, man, y'all did a big time one hitter quitter. Coming from Gonzales to Jacksonville, holding up in Jacksonville. I think it took us about an hour, uh, and then you guys turned right back around and y'all got after it, man. Still trying to deal with the I-10 traffic because when you left, traffic was starting to get up, and let's be honest, getting ready to go into Tallahassee, it can be kind of busy up in that area. So, no areas, no problems, no issues on the first day at all, other than just a little slip up.
That's about it. Traffic wasn't really a problem.
That was about it. Yeah, we didn't even have
Yeah.
no traffic in Alabama coming back.
Wow, wow, wow. Nothing in Mobile, no issues at all, huh?
Oh, we
Nope.
pushed.
Okay, okay. So I remember you getting back home. It was late that evening, Monday night, right? Pretty late Monday night when y'all got
It was
home.
about 8:30 our time.
Okay, so about
Yeah.
9:30. Yeah, about 9:30 this time. So you guys had the privilege of being able to go home and bed down. Okay, not everybody gonna get that privilege. You need to move on to 10 if you want that. But so you guys get a chance to bed down. The next day coming out the gate, what was the strategy? What was the plan? What time did we take off?
3:15 in the morning, we took off, and our plan was to get to San Antonio. So, which was about 500 more miles. So we got to the west side of San Antonio, about 100 miles, and we shut down and didn't have no problems. We didn't even have a lot of traffic in San Antonio when we hit it.
Were y'all
We
shut
had a
down?
lot
Or
of
was it
traffic in Houston. Houston was the problem. Yeah,
man? Houston will make you want to turn around and go home.
yeah,
If you
yeah.
hit, if
Not
you hit
bad, not bad as
Houston,
LA, but yeah,
yeah, if you hit
yeah, it was
Houston,
bad.
if you hit Houston at the wrong time, bro, it'll make you want to tap out and give up.
Well, we hit Houston somewhere around the mid
Yeah.
morning where their
Okay.
traffic was picked up, people going to work.
Yeah, yeah,
8:30, something like that.
yeah.
Now, of course, everybody talk about it. We did have a lot of construction around Beaumont,
Mm.
somewhere in there, going toward Houston. We had a lot of construction.
Hey,
Uh,
you know how long they've been working on that stretch of highway around Beaumont to all the way to
Probably
Houston?
since I was 12.
Bruh,
Uh,
since you was in the womb, bruh.
yeah,
That's the greatest fleecing of the state of Texas, man, I've ever seen.
that
It
stretch of
never gets
Beaumont,
better, huh?
that stretch of Beaumont, I can remember coming from Fort Hood back home,
Yeah,
and once I passed Winnie all the way to Orange, you
yeah.
see construction, and that way back in the 90s.
Hey, bro, that's what we call job security.
Yeah, and
Them guys,
they
you
do
can
have
retire
those.
from that job. Yeah,
You
yeah,
will get those grooves in the road too. So
yeah.
you have to be
Facts,
mindful of that stuff there.
facts. Okay. So the normal construction in Beaumont, Houston wasn't too bad. Late morning, right? Wasn't too bad. For all
Wasn't
my
too
riders,
bad.
for all my riders is getting ready to head out. I'm gonna tell you this now, man. Use some strategy when coming through Houston. Do not fool with Houston during morning rush hour or evening rush hour. They will, especially in the summertime, man. You'll bake on that highway. You will bake out there. Your clutch hand will look like you have carpal tunnel. I kid you not. Is that a fair assessment?
That's pretty fair.
Yeah,
Okay. So how was the temperature the first 2 days coming out the gate? Was it really hot, or was it relatively decent?
I'll say it was kind of
yeah,
decent.
Decent.
yeah.
I
Okay.
mean,
We come down.
considering we had an overcast,
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
You know, we're from down there, so that Houston.
Yeah, that was
that
that was
makes
my yeah, that was my next jab coming out there. Now, don't believe these boys, they Louisiana boys. And Louisiana is hot and really hot. They used to this stuff. Now, for my riders that's coming from New York and Pennsylvania, hey man, this ain't for you. It's gonna be
no.
hot for you.
it's gonna be hot for those who ain't used to it.
Facts.
And then
Facts.
our big advantage is we took off early in the morning, so we got some miles behind us before it
Yeah, be
got
able to
really
knock a lot
hot.
of that down. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so here's the real question now. You ready? Okay, you ready? It's just amongst us guys now. Y'all ready?
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Now you know all of us we ain't 20 years old no more. You know we ain't 20. So let's talk about this. Okay, bones, back, knees, ankles, hips, coming across gas station stops. Was it quick, but did we have to take? Hey man, I need to hold up an extra couple of minutes. I got to get these the fluids going on in the back, in the knees or whatever. Or was it no issues?
I don't think we had no problems like that. We get up and walk to the bathroom and get gas and maybe grab a snack or something and get back at it. You know, and especially that first leg of the trip, we had snacks in our bags.
Mm,
So
Yeah.
that cut time, so we wasn't spending all that time in the gas station.
gas station. So how do you
Yeah.
deal with things like? I mean, and I know it's a cheat code because you guys are from the deep south, so obviously we understand the deep south. If you ain't doing water, man, you gonna be in trouble anyway. You are gonna be in a lot
Yeah.
of trouble.
Oh yeah.
Especially being on the highway. I tell all the riders, hey, things like Pedialyte for electrolytes, adult Pedialyte, bananas for potassium, so you don't get cramps and those type of things. Obviously you don't want to eat a bunch of greasy, food from the gas station because that's a big issue. Maybe caffeinated or sugary drinks. Don't do that. You might think you're getting a sugar rush, but you're gonna come back down and you're gonna crash twice as hard. Is that fair?
That's
Yeah.
pretty fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, we, we,
Yeah.
we drank a lot of liquids going and coming, you know. I drank the whole time.
Okay. And
Yeah.
because of that, felt pretty good on the road the majority of the time.
Oh yeah, we didn't have any like dehydration issues or none of that stuff.
Wow, that's good. Hey, because I'm not gonna lie, man. I that happens a lot. You know, uh, you would think it wouldn't happen with my young riders, but a lot of times they get dehydrated and those type of things, or headaches on the road because they fearless, man, and they think they're young and they can run through brick walls, so they're gonna do some of the things that say the older guys or the older ladies are not gonna do. We're just gonna take a time. We're gonna do a thing right. Shout out to Fearless, man. She's actually on the road now. She left Houston this morning, and she should be pulling up this evening in Slidell. And I'm watching the way that she's getting down. Every gas station stop, she's taking her time. She's hydrating up properly. She's sitting in the AC just a little bit, just trying to kind of keep her body conditioned and under control so she doesn't crash out and hit the wall. And next thing you know, you're done. You're done for a half a day because now you're trying to get your body back together.
Yeah.
Have you guys have you guys ever had a situation like that where being on the road where you kind of let it get too far and now it kind of held you up? Now you're trying to figure out how to recuperate.
Nah, I don't think we had that problem.
Nah. We
Okay.
pretty much had our mindset on the first 4 days it's gonna be hard push. I think when we got to the fourth day, we took our time getting out, but the fourth day we were in Phoenix, so
Hmm.
we
Yeah.
we went from Phoenix to Santa Monica, but we waited till like 9 in the morning to get out. That way we were trying to miss the LA traffic, you
Okay.
know.
Okay.
Um,
But that there's no such thing,
Yeah.
you know.
I
I
mean,
think
LA
that
is
was
what LA is what it is.
yeah,
You
yeah,
can you can go through LA at midnight, bro. It's still gonna be a lot of traffic. It
yeah.
depends on
That
what part of Yeah, it just is what it is.
Now, when we got into LA, that's where we had to. Well, I had to do some soul searching because that lane splitting is about the most ridiculous thing I ever seen in my entire life. Uh, I don't get it. Why ride between the cars when you could ride to the far right? It bewilders the hell out of me. Maybe someday want somebody gonna explain it to me.
I mean, the shoulder is not very wide, and if you take the shoulder, there's a lot going on with the trash lane. There's a lot going on with the trash lane, a lot of debris, a lot of crazy stuff. And I get what you're saying. You could probably widen it up a little bit better, but I think for most states, man, California, Arizona, now Colorado, you just better be glad you can split lanes. Could you imagine being able to split lanes in
I
Houston?
get that, but they riding like 60 miles an hour down the middle, and sometimes these cars
it ain't for the
don't
faint
see
of
you.
heart. It's not for the faint of heart.
Sometimes
I can tell you that.
these cars do not see you.
Yeah, they don't. That's why loud pipes. That's why loud pipes save lives.
If
I
you ain't
tell
got
all
loud
the riders,
if you don't have loud pipes, you better have some good sound.
If you ain't got loud pipes, you better have a horn. You gotta do something. Beep 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 beep. You better be doing something.
Yeah,
He was
people on
coming
the
through with
phone,
the
people
music
doing all
on
kind of
and
stuff.
everything.
Yeah, yeah. It's not for the faint of heart. When I go through, I've rode LA now some 5 times. When I go through, you can't hesitate. Either you're gonna hit the hole or you're not. It's like a running
Yeah,
back going through the offensive line, man. If you're gonna hit the
yeah.
hole or you're not. If you
Better hit
think
it
twice
hard.
about hitting the
Yeah.
hole, don't hit it. Don't hit it. Matter of fact, D. Bell said there's never a time when there's not lane splitting is a game. I think lane splitting is a game changer. Me personally, bruh, I look forward to it. Once I hit Arizona, I mean, you don't really need it as much in Arizona. Maybe
Yeah.
Phoenix during rush hour traffic or whatever it might need, but LA, you need lane splitting.
I get it, but that took some soul searching because I'm like, well, why not just ride on the right hand side and just take your time and
Yeah,
ease on through?
yeah.
Why are we? What is this?
Hey, hey, hey. I'm starting to kind of gather he don't want to be bothered with that lane split. Yeah.
Yeah, we was sitting there, some guy came through there like an Autobot on one of them little cafe races. I was like, good Lord.
Oh yeah, they'll
You
get
ain't
it.
never
Them
do-
the ones. The first time I went through, it was a young kid on a sport bike with a backpack, and he was getting it. And I watched him from afar. And in about 30 seconds, man, he was so far past me, and I'm still back there trying to figure out what the heck I'm gonna do with this. And I
Yeah,
just started
yeah,
saying, if he can do it, you can do it, man. It's not
yeah.
about it's not like you don't have good riding skills. It's just you just like wondering what they were gonna do, and next thing
You
you know, I
just
let
know
the
it's dangerous. And then they had a guy flying his colors. I don't know what club he was in, but he was on a little Donna Glide or a Soft Tail or something.
yeah.
Oh, just a old bike, and he was blowing and fussing and cussing at us to get out of the way, and
Oh, you telling
we
y'all
like,
to get out of the
really?
way?
Yeah, because he wanted to go like 90 miles an hour through there, like it was legal.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, we didn't see no big bikes,
yeah.
no Gold Wing, no Road Glide, Street Glides, nothing like that. Everything we seen was either Cross Rocket.
Bruh, I take my Road Glide Limited. I take my Road Glide Limited with 20-inch rollback handlebars, and I go right up in that cut. I don't play. Matter of fact, K Solo said it's definitely not, but sitting in stop traffic is worse, bruh. You put your
Yeah,
foot down on that highway in LA,
and I agree with
it's
that.
very,
I
very
agree.
dangerous. Yeah, it's very dangerous. Matter of fact, what do you say? California highway will fly past you, LOL. Hey, but I'm gonna tell you this: I would take lane splitting in LA before I take sitting in traffic. Putting your foot
Okay,
on the ground in traffic is not a good idea.
that's agreed. Well, we can
And
agree
and,
with
and,
that.
and I'm gonna throw this out there since we're talking about it. I think some of the reason behind that is because somebody figured it out. Motorcycles can't sit in a lot of stop and go traffic. Matter of fact,
Oh
your
no.
brakes overheat, you burn clutches up, motor overheats. there's so many things that can happen bad by sitting in rush hour traffic with that heat on that highway. Those cars got AC or whatever. You don't have that opportunity to sit in rush hour traffic for an hour or 2 hours. It will take its toll on you. So a down motorcycle, say a motorcycle breaks down in the middle of the road, that's a safety issue. Because now you're on foot, you're in the highway, and let's be honest, somebody comes by and clip you or some stupid, because they got a lot of idiots out there. They do. So I kind of get it too. I would just wish all the other states would get it and do it as well.
Well, you know, like around here, we don't lane split, but you know, we hit that shoulder in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And get around the traffic. I never had a cop to tell me anything about it.
Yeah. Well, we ain't gonna we do what we gotta do. we know the ticket might be cheaper than a new clutch. We know that. We know that.
I can't say with that lane splitting, people was moving out the way. You know, they was veering to the left. 98% of the people did what they're supposed to do. The other 2%, they act like they ain't see or heard you. But once we got to kind of going through it, I had to coax my boy to keep up with me. But we made it there.
Hey, don't they always say this? They're gonna say one of these two things. I didn't see you, I didn't hear you. So I tell everybody, man, the more lights you got on your bike, the better. And the louder your bike is, the better. Because that's the two things they always, I didn't see you, I didn't hear you. Hey, D. Bell said I had a gold wing with a trailer pass me like he was in another lane. I love lane splitting at the safe speed. Hey, I don't know about the trailer now. I was pulling the trailer. That might be a little bit different. But okay, fellas, let's talk about this then. Let's talk about this. Let's go back to day 3 before day 4. Did y'all end up pulling up was that west of Phoenix? Or did y'all go past Phoenix?
We pull up on the west side of Phoenix. We were almost out of Phoenix.
It's Buckeye, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. We hit 1,000. We hit another 1,000-mile day.
Yeah.
Now that day was rough.
You know, so our goal for that day, we left Kerrville about 3:30 in the morning. We wanted to at least get to El Paso through the dark. Well, we were rolling so good. Before you know it, we was through Tucson and right there at Phoenix.
So
that reminds me. They did have a lot of traffic, construction in El Paso too. Yeah,
they do, especially west in the western part of the city, coming from the east. It does, and they've been fleecing Texas too forever, because they've been working on that since Christ was a child. Yeah. Hey, so did y'all go through the gauntlet at night? Did y'all do that whole run at night from San Antonio to El Paso?
Well, we was in Kerrville.
Kerrville.
Yeah, Kerrville. So we before day in the morning through the evening. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we did about 125, 130 before the sun came up.
Okay. And the reason why I asked that, because I know with the 135 mile gas stop, that gets real tricky back then.
Yeah, we did not pass a love station.
Facts. I was going to say, because that's real tricky. That's real tricky with gas
stations. We did not pass a love station.
Yeah.
If you ain't trying to ride tank for tank with them big tanks on y'all Harleys and stuff like that, and be safe, there's no reason you should run out of gas doing that gauntlet. Because you got a gas station, some kind of gas station.
Every 100 or so miles.
Yeah.
Every 100 miles.
Yeah. Hey,
we did break it down to 100 miles in that area.
Hey, don't be hating on us Harley riders. Don't be hating on us.
Yeah.
We ain't see a Harley and we ain't passed one another. We seen him, we passed him up. He couldn't keep up.
He couldn't keep up. Okay.
Only time he kept up was when we was in that LA traffic.
Yeah.
Couldn't like.
All right.
Yeah. That third day though, when we got to New Mexico, that's when Yeah, that's when the your gut check started because
Mm,
they had dust storms
mm,
and the wind was like the wind gusts were like horrendous. That's
yeah.
when you had to fight the wind, the dust, and the good part was the state troopers were blocking the road and escorting you so many miles to get through those wind gust areas and those dust
Hmm.
storms. So that was good, but everything turned red. It was red dust everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shut the
Yeah.
I
interstate down.
think he got. That's when he started having to put drops in his eyes and stuff.
Mm,
Yeah, to keep them drops. Every time we stop, put some drops
cause
in my
it'll get in
eye.
there. Yeah, it'll get in there.
Yeah,
Well, let's
that's a
matter of
little
fact,
cookie.
let's since
You might
well
want to
since
pack that.
well since you brought it up, let's speak on that if you guys don't mind. So, obviously, what Western Texas, Arizona, and big time New Mexico, a lot of dust, a lot of stuff that's going on in the desert. I always suggest have some type of face cloth around your face on the helmet, please, because it's too much dust and stuff going on there, and everything from that desert floor is flying around in the air, and it's going to be in your eyes, it's going to be in your mouth, it's going to be in your nose, and that can be a problem. Is that fair?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would
We didn't. I
suggest
didn't
bring
even
your eye
stop.
drops too.
Yeah, yeah. I would say
You got
where
bad
maybe
eyes. Make sure you
I,
bring more
some
than
type
one
of
pair of glasses.
yeah, some type of goggles. Because I don't think just unless you're going to keep the helmet closed the whole time, I don't think just your regular shields on your helmet is good enough.
I kept mine closed the whole time, pretty
Yeah,
much,
yeah,
and
and
I
even
still did
then, yeah, even
oxygen
then
everything.
when you go to a gas station, I'm sorry, when you go to a gas station, there's still dust flying everywhere out there.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, big. What we're gonna say, gentlemen, if you don't learn now, you're gonna learn later. So
Oh, yeah.
hopefully pick up these notes. Y'all agree with that? What other things that you would suggest this time of year carrying with you to deal with the weather elements? Any particular things? Maybe lip balm or extra
Oh,
sleeves, anything like that.
definitely, definitely lip balm because uh, it's a dry heat and your lips are cracked and stuff. You're gonna need that. You might not realize it's a dry heat till you get into it, but you're gonna need a lip balm. And uh, we actually wore jackets the entire trip, so that was to keep the sun from beating down on us. Even though it was hot, we'd open the jackets, the front of them up, but we wore those jackets, those protective jackets. That helped a lot when it comes down to that sun beating on you constantly. You know that really helped. I mean, I know a lot of people don't want to wear the jacket, but it does serve a purpose.
I, I
Yeah.
think I think no. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Now I was just adding to you. Yeah, we pretty much. I wore my riding suit the whole time. I wasn't too hot and I wasn't too cool, so it served its purpose. You know,
Yeah,
till the traffic is hot, but
taking it back to the jacket. If you're not gonna wear a riding jacket, I always suggest that you wear some type of shirt that has a long
Yeah.
sleeves that
yeah,
the at least the wrist is cupped or reinforced so it doesn't blow up. But with nothing on your arms is a fool's errand. I would not do it out there.
Oh no,
Yeah,
you'll burn.
yeah, yeah. That's a fool's errand. Don't even think about it. Or if you're
I
rocking,
think
I know some.
that dust and sand will burn you too. The
Yeah,
way
it
it hits
will.
you.
Yeah, yeah, it will. I'd imagine at a certain speed, depends on what it is. Sometimes it could actually scar your skin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably so.
yeah. Not to mention, it was something that just. Uh, I know a lot of our old school riders don't like to wear gloves, man.
Huh.
For this ride, gentlemen, what do you think?
You better
I
bring
had,
3 pairs.
you got to bring you about three. I had 4 pair with me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had 3 pairs
For
I agree.
every element.
because
I
we
agree.
got wet coming back.
Hmm. Not only
Yeah,
that, but just your fingers being in that position and just getting burnt or rocks or what. I don't know. It's just something about being on the highway with no gloves. To me, it's like riding naked because there's rocks and debris and all kind of. You get hit with a bug the right way on your fingers, you would never have to repeat that process again. That's what I think. And going through Arizona, they got pterodactyl bugs, man. Them the biggest bugs on the planet. They'll hit a helmet, man, feel like he just got hit with a shotgun blast. So what does the K Solo say? Apply sunscreen to your wrists or over because of the sun poisoning will get you. I agree. Telltale signs are fine bumps in patches. Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. I always say keep head covering over as well. Even when you're at a gas station stop, the first thing we want to do is take off our helmet and kind of let our head breathe. But as soon as you do, I always put on some type of, maybe like the Cool Marks, head beanie or whatever. Or if you don't have that, at least a ball cap over your scalp. Don't let them fool you. They always say, black people, we don't burn. Yeah, we do burn. We do burn out in that desert. Is that fair, fellas?
Yeah, you will.
Big time.
We didn't have no issues though.
Yeah. Well, y'all the cool edition, man. This the triple OG edition, man. Y'all, everything was everything for y'all. That tells us that y'all was prepared.
Normal ride for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one thing I would suggest to anybody is that if your physical and mental conditioning go hand in hand. So if you don't have no physical conditioning, that's something you might want to work on prior to you trying to take this challenge. Because that it will take its toll on you, especially if it's like your first long ride. You're gonna want to be physically conditioned because it's gonna help your mental.
Yeah, so you're saying going for walks, getting in the gym, riding a bicycle.
You better do something.
Stretching. Yeah, stretching. Yeah. I remember
you're working your core the whole time.
Yeah.
I remember one time I was asked by the wife. It was one trip I was getting ready to take, and it was a long distance trip. And she said, "Hey, I was just wondering, do you think you're ready for this trip?" That's when they be thinking at 2 a.m, and you not thinking, you sleeping. I said, "Nah." I said, "But I'm mentally ready. I already know the bumps and bruises of what I'm gonna feel at each place on the highway. I know this particular route that I'm doing so well that I already know mentally how to prepare myself. I know when to get off the bike. I know how far I'm gonna be able to push the bike. I know how far I'm gonna be able to push myself." I think that has a ton, just like you guys said, of the physical side. The mental side is a ton. You need to know what your body can do and what your body can't do.
Yeah.
And
don't forget your meds. Yeah.
Meds,
especially if you got meds, your like your anti-inflammatories, like your whatever that is for you. You're gonna need them. Don't leave them at home. You're gonna need them.
Yeah, you're gonna need them.
So, and I actually brought my little TENS machine, so I got a back massage like every night.
Right on. Big time, big time. So, fellas, let's do this, man. We're going to show. We're here now in LA. We at Santa Monica Pier, man. We looking good. Look at them. Good looking motorcycles. They did great pick. We winning. How do we feel? Was this the first time to LA, coast to coast on a motorcycle?
Yes, exactly.
Holy smoke. What we thinking, man? What we thinking on this picture?
Done. Got it done. Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. What was it, relief, or did you feel 10 feet tall?
I think it's more relief because we wanted to get there.
Man, so I'm sitting there looking at this, and for everybody, I told y'all go on that pier and act like a tourist, and ain't nobody gonna bother you for taking a picture with your bike up there. Is that true?
The guy actually, the guard took that picture.
We told him,
They already know what's going on with this, man. They already know this. But let's look at it, man. So now we got rider 313, Derrick Mills, rider 314, Kervin Winfield. Man, let's do this for him real quick. Let's do this. Man, it was the OG edition. These fellas showed y'all how to do it. It was smooth. They didn't beat each other up on the highway. They did their thing. Their motorcycles performed impeccable. That's only because they prepared themselves and they were ready to execute the plan that they needed to execute. So, fellas, this is the last segment. We're going to bring it in home. And this is the good, the bad, the ugly. What do you want us to know about this ride, and what did you learn perhaps maybe you didn't know before taking this ride? Who wants to take it first?
You can go first, man.
All right, my brother, the floor is yours.
We prepared for this ride. We talked about it a long time. We both come off injuries. 2 years ago, I had neck surgery. And as soon as the doctor released me, I was on the bike. So I had every medication I needed, CPAP machine. I wasn't worried about making it. I was kind of worried about how I was going to feel, because we had to talk. If we get over there and we don't feel like riding back, we'll put them on some hot shot trucks and catch a plane back. If that's what we had to do, you know. Other than that, I'll tell anybody, if you're going to do it, make sure if you're riding with someone, that they ride with your ride. Because you might not be comfortable riding them. I don't think we did. Only time we did under 70 or 60, we was around some traffic. Other than that, we was cruising 85, 90. And you got some big hills out there that you might not be comfortable going down in 4 lanes of traffic. So you might want to get your thrill factor on, pucker it up. It's going down slow, you're gonna get run over. You come getting over there around them turbines, them windmills and everything. And the weather was pretty good for us, but you need to prepare for that stuff. You know, you watch everybody's interviews, and some people say the same thing, some people don't. It might not affect me the way it's going to affect you. I consider it easier for me. And I was on a Kawasaki, so anybody else, hey, if you ain't used to sitting in that seat, you better try to go on Amazon and get you some anti-butt rub to soften it up or something. Get you some saddle soap. Get it ready. Get outside on some hard rocks, because it ain't gonna feel good. You know, if you can start early, start early. Don't let, if you can get to a hotel, try to ride during the day and be in a hotel at a decent time so you can get out about 5 or 6 o'clock, if that helps you. The bad, hey, like I said, the 10 be working. If you ain't ready for that 10, better keep you some fuel treatment just in case. Make sure you got your good air pump, some kind of tire kit, rain gear on top of them, all that leather and them chaps and riding suit. You might want to have you, well, it didn't get cold enough for anything cool. We went out at night too much, so I recommend you getting some of that Under Armour or Nike cold weather gear, like the sports football players be wearing, because you can keep that winter gear on all day compared to long underwear. Long underwear gonna get hot and soggy. Now you're trying to take that stuff off. That Under Armour stuff, you can leave your house and it's 30 degrees and go all the way to Florida and still have it on. You won't get a chill that night if you're wearing that. It'll be warm, but it ain't like long underwear where it gets all soggy and just be sitting on you, have you with a chill. You know, you might have to pay for that. I don't even own no heated gear. I don't need that. But you know, to those who prefer heated gear, hey,
Okay.
You see you poking at y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just saying, you know, y'all gotta have the heated gear, heated gloves, and all that. Come on, man. It ain't that cold. I'm from Louisiana. When it's cold, it's cold. When it's hot, it's hot. There's no in between. When it rains, it rains.
Yeah. So basically, the good, like I said, planning. Make sure you budget over budget, because some of those hotel rooms, depending on how you want to come back or which way you go, those rooms vary. I mean, we had a variation of somewhere between $150 difference between the cities. You want to make sure you did budget for that. The mental conditioning, your physical conditioning. Don't forget your meds. The bad part was, I would say the worst part was the wind, because we fought some wind gusts on the way back for like 2 days, and we just had to push through that. You know, that can take its toll on your body if you don't, you're not prepared. He mentioned all the safety stuff. Make sure you got, stuff for your bike that you're gonna need, air pump and patches and plugs for, kits for the tires and stuff like that. Outside of that, that's the main thing. Whatever you need for your day-to-day life, you're gonna need on that trip. So you need to figure out how to consolidate and make sure you have what you need.
I agree, fellas. I agree. I agree on 99.9% of everything y'all said. You know the point one I didn't agree with. Hey man, hey, we ain't gonna play games with them heated suits. I'm telling you this now. I'm telling you this now, homie. I'm telling you. I'm just gonna let everybody out there know, if they would have went across in April, it'd have been a whole different thing with the weather pattern. It can get real cold in Arizona, New Mexico.
I give y'all another cookie. If you're not used to sitting on that bike that kind of time, and your back and stuff, your butt, those padded shorts work.
You did talk. What you did talk to me about that? Padded shorts.
They work. Those tights.
Matter of fact, I shared that
they
on
made
the
for long distance
Facebook
riding.
page. Yeah.
They made for long distance riding.
Yeah.
Yeah, they work.
I think Big Fella talked to me about that out of Gary, Indiana, because him and his wife came through, I think, a little bit. It was either before you guys or I think it was right before you guys.
About a week before.
Yeah, it was week, and I think we have talked about those riding shorts. Yeah,
they work.
Good stuff.
They
stop you from
they
also
get you
getting
some relief.
safe, right?
Well, yeah.
Hey man, we're giving up jewels today. We're giving up jewels. Don't be out there with them boxers on trying to see if you can function. It ain't gonna work too good for you.
Cut it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Hey, Mills, there's one other thing that you said I want to hit on, if you guys don't mind. Who's that said, if you ain't used to riding on that seat? Who's that said that?
I did.
Yeah.
If you're not used to sitting on that seat a long time, you're going to need that. And it don't hurt to get you a cushion for your seat and those padded shorts, because that'll increase your ride distance.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if y'all caught that, but we did do 2 1,000-mile days.
Yeah. Well, I definitely caught it. I watched you. Yeah. But you know, K Solo said, Lord knows it get cold. K Solo, I'm with you, man. I don't know what hardcore is talking about, but we gonna pack that heated suit, homie. He not doing all that.
Well, most everybody, a lot of, I would think most of those guys most of us are prior service, so we kind of look at stuff different, and we endure more than most.
Okay. That
You
that
know,
don't that don't that don't mean if God created great equipment that you don't use great equipment. I mean, and again, I mean, we're laughing at it tongue in cheek. We laughing at it today, but here's the real of it. If you're going across the country using a southern trajectory this time of year, yeah, you're gonna probably be okay. But if we're taking a 40, it could be a whole different ball of wax. If we're taking it
Yep.
70, it's definitely going to be a different ball of wax. And if you taking
Yep.
the 80, you better have heated gear year round. You can't even play around. You can't even play. So it is what it is. It's picking a spot. And even if you don't have heated gear, you don't believe in heated gear, you got to at least have base layer gear, so you can
Yep.
have things to keep you warm. Is that
Yep.
fair, guys?
Yep.
yeah.
You're gonna need it.
Yeah, we'll meet in the center. That's our happy median. But fellas, I know we could be talking all day, but I gotta let you go, man. Y'all got
All
things
right.
to do. Y'all gotta pay
Yep.
them bills. So let's do
Yep.
this. Ride a 313 and 314. Derrick Mills, Kervin Winfield, man. It was the Louisiana edition. So fellas, tell us this. What's next on the docket for y'all?
Colorado.
Ooh, Colorado. Hey, it's a
Yep.
beautiful state,
We're
isn't it?
gonna try to do Colorado, Wyoming, hit the
Mm.
Yellowstone, and then shoot back across Dakota territory and come back
So you're
down.
right. So you're right. Seeing the world behind the handlebars of a motorcycle, man. There's nothing freer than that. Is that right?
That is correct.
Hey, fellas,
It's a
thank you for
pretty scenery.
that part. That part. Thank you, fellas, for caring enough to share your ride with us. And it's because gentlemen like you, we are going to be better motorcycle riders, and we're going to be better at what we do as motorcycle riders. So, with that being said, fellas, peace and hair grease, man. Salute to you guys.
Peace.
Congratulations, my guys. Peace. Okay, hey man, there you have it again. Riders 313, 314. Derrick Mills, Kervin Winfield, man. Thank you guys. Thank you again for showing us how you can take your motorcycle and go from one end of the country to the other end of the country and back home, most importantly, safe and sound. Hey man, thank everybody today for tuning in to the show. Thank you, K Solo. Thank you, D Bell. C1s. Thank you guys for coming in and being part of the show today. We're nothing without you guys, man. You guys give the fuel to the fire for us to continue to do what we do on this motorcycle podcast. And oh, by the way, man, if you like the podcast, if you like what we do, share the podcast with a friend, man. Let's get the subs up. Let's get bigger, better, and stronger for the summer of 2025, man. I know there's a lot of riders on the road today getting down this Friday, man, heading to Louisiana, heading to the great event that GQ is having down there in Slidell, man. So be safe on the road, be safe on the highway, and have a great time. And oh, by the way, the mission is not over until you've made it back home safe and sound. Shout out to our girl Fearless. Fearless on the highway right now, man. She departed Houston this morning on her way to Slidell. She's going to hang out, show love to the event on Saturday, and then we're expecting to have her in Jacksonville, Florida on Sunday, man, where we'll present her I-10 to the end highway bully patch, man. So if you ain't checking in on her, check in on her. Let's keep her in our prayers, man. And for everybody else that's getting ready to attempt this I-10 to the end, the social experiment, the each one teach one. Prepare yourself, pay attention to the videos, man. Go back through the group page, Iron Elite Home of the Ground Panels Reunion, and get yourself schooled up and get yourself prepared. The ride will be a lot easier if you're prepared mentally and physically to make this ride. Don't assume nothing. Don't take nothing for granted. Be prepared so you can prepare yourself for success. And oh, by the way, you can mitigate risk on the road. So I think that's about all hopefully if you haven't done so already, please, man, go to the Facebook group page in the featured section in the top of the page at the top where it says featured. We have the link now for the Titan Award 2026 to get your nominations in. We're going to be doing a little bit of revamping on the link, but it's okay. You can still rock and roll with what you're doing now. Hopefully I can have that revamp job done. I'm just going to add a couple of things to it, nothing major. Plan on having that done hopefully in the next week or so. But get over, hit the featured section, the link, and go ahead and get your nominations in for the 2026 Titan. I don't want to hear it, man. If you don't nominate your candidate and they don't win the award in 26, well, this person should have won. Man, they should have won if you would have took the time to nominate them, to do the write-up, to fill out the link. If they're doing great things in the motorcycle community and you think they're worthy of receiving or winning this award, they can't do it without you. So put the work in, man. It's worth the time. And I'm sure that person would greatly appreciate it. You know, shout out to the mileage bully, man, Shaquila Bussey. She's getting ready to do a great ride to California. She's riding for a cause. The cause is in the Iron Elite page. Go check it out, man. She's taking donations for miles, for riding, and it's for a charitable cause. She's doing her thing, man. So let's get ready for her. Let's cheer her on as well. Jimmy's getting ready to take off on May the 25th, man. He's doing the Four Corners. Jimmy is my dog, man. He's been sitting still for about a year or so because he just had that brand new baby, man. So, but the baby is good. Everybody's good. So Jimmy's ready to get out and flex his wings, man. So Jimmy, I'm going to be checking you. I'm going to be falling in on your brother doing your Four Corners ride. And he'll be leaving on May 25th, man. So getting ready to get it in. And I think we've covered it all, man. I don't think we got anything else. Oh, by the way, for those, don't keep asking me, Sarge, where can we get the merch? The merch is in the featured section on the Home of the Ground Pounders Reunion group page, the Iron Elite group page. The merch is in the featured section, as well as in the description of this very video here today. It's right there in the descriptive notes, man. Just click on to the registration link. The link says merchandise link. Just pop on to it, and you can check out the cool merch. You can support the program and support us with what we're doing. And oh, by the way, man, if you'd like to support the podcast, feel free, man, to send a Cash App to the podcast. Everything is in the notes, man, to tell you how to do it. Let me put it this way. Let me throw it up on the banner. See if I got it there. Bam. Here's the Cash App, $ Big Sarge 1MC. We take 100% of all donations and we put into the podcast, into the platform to get better at what we do, to have more and more things to be able to make the podcast better, man. So 100% of all proceeds, donations that are given for the podcast, the Iron Elite Podcast Show, we take it and we put it back into the show, as well as other things on the group page and the social media sites. So thank you today for everybody who tuned in with us, man. Again, Derrick Mills, 313, Kervin Winfield, 314, man. Our latest I-10 to the end family. Y'all family now, for real, for real. And for my Iron Elite family, and let me say this, man, there's a difference between the two. If you're an I-10 to the ender, you should be Iron Elite family. If you're Iron Elite family and you love, and let me put it this way, if you love riding motorcycles, you love everything about riding motorcycles, and you're on the group page, you're Iron Elite family. You're part of the family. If you love motorcycle riding, if you love people who ride motorcycles, you are part of the family. If you hadn't joined the Iron Elite group page yet, what in the heck are you waiting for? Get on the page, shoot an invite, man, so we can join you to our great family and everything that we're doing when it comes to motorcycling. Well, I think that's about it, man. Your boys got to go because Sarge's got a day job, man. So in the meantime, in between time, keep it motorcycling, you dig? Stay safe, man. Peace.
Hey now, it's your girl Piper, the 2025 Iron Elite Female Titan, and you're now tuned in to Sarge on the Iron Elite Podcast Show, home of the Ground Pounders Reunion and the Coast to Coast Run. the social experiment, where motorcycling is not just a hobby, it's a lifestyle. You dig? Now like, share, subscribe, and follow for all things motorcycling, and I'll see you on the sled.
This is the Mileage Bully, the Moto Mob CEO, and your 2024 Titan. You are now listening to Sarge on the Iron Elite Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. If you're not listening to the Iron Elite Podcast, what are you really doing? Because we are talking motorcycles over here. You dig?
Hey y'all, it's Snacks reminding you to tune in to the Iron Elite Podcast. You dig?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is your man Kodak, the most hated, coming to you live from the Iron Elite Podcast with my man Big Sarge, where we always keep it motorcycling. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know what it is.